Murder charges have been filed against a former CHP officer and another driver for a deadly crash that happened on the 605 that took the lives of 4 young people. Our investigative reporter Leonard joining us live now with why the LA District Attorney says these deaths could have been prevented. Eric.
Hi, Jonathan. Well, LA County prosecutors say the events that led to the deaths of these 4 lifelong friends, including a couple that was engaged to be married, were so outrageous that the only appropriate charge here is second-degree murder. The victims' families say the crash caused by the CHP last year is incomprehensible and say they're still waiting for answers and explanations for some of what happened.
To the victims' families, I don't know what to say.
LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman announcing today that murder charges have been filed against a former CHP officer named Angelo Rodriguez for directly causing the first of 2 crashes on the 605 near Imperial Highway last July. By speeding southbound at more than 130 miles per hour, Hochman says for no apparent reason, with no lights or siren, and rear-ending the 4 friends riding in a Nissan. Instead of stopping to help, Hochman says Rodriguez pulled to the opposite side of the freeway and stopped on the shoulder.
He takes absolutely no steps during those 3 minutes to deal with the disabled Nissan that he has just crashed into. At one point, he actually gets out of the car and inspects the damage to his own car.
Then Hochman says the CHP officer and his partner drove away. At least 7 minutes passed after the first collision. Then the Nissan was hit again, this time by an alleged impaired driver in a Kia traveling at more than 110 miles an hour.
The initial crash did not cause the fiery, the incineration that eventually happened. It disabled the car, leaving it in the HOV lane. The second crash is what ignited the car and burned the occupants inside.
Killed were Julie Hamori and Armand Del Campo, engaged to be married, and their friends Jordan Partridge and Samantha Skosilic.
Nothing's going to bring them back.
Julie Hamori's aunt Kathy Stickle told us last year that they know all 4 survived the first crash because they texted family members to let them know they were okay.
She didn't die in the crash. Julie was killed by the fire that the CHP officers stood and watched.
The head of the CHP for Southern California stood by Hochman at today's news conference, but said nothing and answered no questions. The CHP said in a statement, "While we cannot comment further, we extend our deepest condolences to the families and loved ones affected by this heartbreaking event. Any loss of life on California's roadways is a profound tragedy." Attorney Tom Fair represents the Hamori and Del Campo families in a lawsuit against the CHP. He says the criminal charges show prosecutors have taken this seriously.
I think the egregiousness of the behavior has been at least acknowledged by the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office. Now, the big question is going to be, is CHP going to acknowledge their role in this?
The CHP says the second officer in the patrol car driven by Rodriguez that night is also now a former officer. The driver of the Kia, the second car to strike the Nissan, has also been charged in the murder case. Both she and the former CHP officer who was driving are expected to make their initial appearance in court in Bellflower tomorrow. Live in the newsroom, I'm investigative reporter Leonard, NBC4 News. Back to you.